Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about episode 3 of Ninja Kamui, and yeah, whole overview. This episode, there was a lot more information than any of the other episodes. I thought number 2, we got quite a bit of information. We got a mysterious name, and this one explains a lot of things. We get a name, we get some characters, and yeah, I do have some notes just to remember some names and go back to our other characters. So, first of all, this starts off inside this building. I was kind of confused at first, but there's a bunch of bodies being dropped. These look like government agents or like FBI agents. They have the glasses, the suit, the like little light white shirt, the tie. You get the picture. And they're all being taken out. There's like a ton of bodies. We get the next shot outside. There's guards. After that, a car passes, and inside the car, we get a shot of a priest. And this priest is praying. There's guards beside him. And yeah, out of nowhere, we see these hands come out of nowhere. And he, he gets took. So after that, we get to meet the character that was behind this attack. And we're pretty positive it's him. He's this very JoJo like character. He has like this sexual like thing that he likes to talk about our main character. It's kind of JoJo reminiscent, that type of thing. It's a little sussy, but anyway. We also get to meet someone by name. So that guy, no name as far as I know, but we get to meet Master Emoji. So is Master technically our main character's master? I'm still not sure. Could be though. Uh, from this, what we realize is that their whole plan is trying to kill these rogue ninjas that basically ran away, and they don't want their secrets to get out and so forth. And yeah, that's kind of the reason they're being killed off. From there, we get to know about another ninja that's kind of doing the same thing as them. His name is the Reaper, and the Reaper is pretty badass. He basically, I don't know how he did it. I was confused. So the other dude named Sai, he attacks, and the Reaper, he didn't attack as far as I know. He's just talking about his ability, how it cuts like the wind, and he's like, "Look at your body," and this guy had a sword in his chest, and yeah, he was dead. He was wearing like one of those Demon Slayer masks from, like the ones that fix the swords. He was wearing that type of mask. I don't know the proper name, and it's been a while since I've checked out Demon Slayer, so sorry. Anyway, from there, we get to know the main character's name and what he is. So his name is Higon, and he's a powerful ninja with powerful abilities, and it kind of shows why he's so wanted and why it's so scary and why he's so powerful and thus beginning. So after that, we get to go back to our main character, Higon. So Higon is there, he's doing forging. It looks like he's in the middle of nowhere in a desert. I assume to be somewhere like Arizona, maybe. Anyway, he's forging some type of weapon, I believe. And he's having flashbacks, PTSD flashbacks of his family. After that, he throws up. And yeah, that's that scene. From there, we get to go back to our good friend Mike. And Mike is in the office and he wants to know what happened. If you remember last episode, it was a banger. There was a big, big fight, and it was just epic. So the whole thing where the Chinese restaurant got destroyed, they're like talking about how it was just a gang war. The government is trying to cover it up. It's just stupid, right? And they're like, at least you don't have to taste the fruit anymore. And I think the next part of that all is that the old man got framed. And from there, they're basically trying to fire the old guy. I mean, the old guy. Well, Mike, I guess he's an old guy. They're trying to get him to retire. There was this cringy part where they're talking about gift him a fishing pole, but the like true cringe part is that they're talking about how he likes sake over whiskey, which is like they're trying to throw in that extra culture thing, which I'm just like, ugh. Maybe it's because I watched the dub, but it's like this guy is American. I guess there's nothing wrong with him liking it. It just feels forced for the, agenda. Maybe that's me being a little harsh. Anyway, after that, he goes to the desert and he makes contact with her friend Hegon. And yeah, they're getting ready to go on and get this case done. He's basically talking to him, telling him about the weapons and so forth, about what they were and who probably made them. And we get to know the company that more than likely made these is Uza. It's the company this whole time where I'm like, this is weird. They're replaying the ads so much that it's very apparent that they're like brainwashing people, and it's kind of insane. So they're having a meet up and they're talking about it. And Mike, he's a good guy. At the heart, he's a cop. He's gonna do what's right. He's like, if you're gonna try and kill people, I'm gonna arrest you. He's like, before anything else, I got a whole lot of guys to arrest. He throws the documents into the forge/fire. They take a drink. He thought the drink would be sake, but it ended up being an energy drink because he knew our guy Hegon, he knows he's gonna be up for some vengeance. And yeah, that's that for that part. So the next part, we get to see our female character. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I think it was mentioned once out of a lot of it, maybe twice. Quite quite forgettable, but she is like the comic relief in the whole thing so far. And she comes in, she brings her car, and they were talking. She was just being stupid and silly, talking about the ninjas and the. I believe that's where we were talking more about the weapon thing and all that. How she got the information, who she is, and how you can trust her. And yeah, she was talking about how she had this car that she brought, and he was like, Mike was like, oh, it doesn't matter. And then Egon was like explaining every detail about the car and how great it was and where it was from. It was a cool moment. And yeah, we kind of get to see the next part. I could be getting this one a little out of order, but it doesn't really matter because I guess it could be more important later on, but we already know that Uza, the company, is bad. We get to see how the main man himself is evil. He's talking about taking over the world. They're progressing this electricity thing. And yeah, just, they're kind of like evil, I guess. Well, they are evil. But we still don't understand their full connection, other than that they're connected to these murders of unknown named people that are getting killed off, which are technically ninjas. So anyway, from there they're in the car. We have both the officers, and they're going over where they're ready to go in and invade this like little private city or community that they have just for this company. And while that's going on, out of nowhere, this ninjas are stabbing the car. Mike gets thrown back by Hegon, and yeah, this guy just starts to keep stabbing and stabbing the top of the car. And he uses like this observation type of thing. I guess is one of his jutsus that he can do. And he saw through it. Uh, it was kind of weird. So they get like hit by a car or whatever. Hegon has this big battle with him. He had like octo arms that had like blades at the end of them. It was like Dr. Octopus type deal. And Hegon, I guess his like big jutsu that we know of right now is like he grows multiple arms out of his back. It's 6 arms, I'm pretty positive. And he was using it to combat him. He had like this big get up, so it looked like he was using technology, and it was some type of technology looking ninja. From there, we get to see what he is. He basically stabs him in the chest. Like I said, he shot rockets and had him down, but he does get a stab on him. He stabs him basically in the head, and Hegon takes this thing. I think it was either in his chest or like his head. It was a camera. So as he's looking at the camera, we get to see the guy, the JoJo type guy we I don't know his name. We just don't know so far. So we get to see his face and him like just talking about it. It was stupid. After he basically destroys the camera, we get to go back to this guy behind Uza. He's this white guy. We don't think he's a ninja, but he has a connection to all the murders. And he's just going on. He's like going back to his office. And we get to see this white haired guy, and he brings him photos of how he was using his equipment to test on ninjas and basically kill them. And so, is he supposed to be doing this? Who was the guy in the white, like the white headed guy? It's opening up these questions. And it looks like he and a ninja teamed up together so that way he can use his technology, and the other one I guess is maybe for vengeance. But yeah, still a lot of questions, still a lot of information out there, and as we go on, it'll become more and more of a solid foundation. um this episode was really good. Does it hold up as good as the other episodes? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say this one was to give information more to audiences, and it was also to give actual names and create bad guys, like actual bad guys, instead of just, oh, ninja. No, we now know what their cause is and what they're fighting behind. We now know our main character is a rogue, powerful ninja, and that everyone else that was in connection to these was also more than likely ninjas. And I guess it kind of shows you that the other ninjas actually had some type of importance. They weren't just low like ninjas. I don't think they could have been robotics actually. Now that we look back at it, and yeah, it's a really good episode. So I gotta say, it's a solid 8, but I'm gonna say more like a 7.9 this episode. A lot slower, but still very much worth the watch. This is just to give you guys information and to get you fiending for the next big episode to see what's coming next. The next episode looks like a banger. We're gonna get introduced to like this round table type deal. I don't think that's much of a spoiler, but it's just coming forward for what more than likely will come. So it'll be pretty badass. Our main character's gonna have a bunch of fights, and that means it could possibly take multiple seasons for this to happen. I like to say if it's the most I'll give a series, like a decent series, 2 seasons is solid, but 3 seasons is tops. Anything past that is usually dragged out unless it has really good information. Since this one doesn't have any like proper, you know what I mean? It's not properly done like most animes. It doesn't have any source. It's just made as it's gone. But I love it. I do think this is worth taking a look at, and it'll be worth every single episode. Anyway, guys, I like to hear your guys' thoughts on this episode and what you think, as well as I'm just happy you guys are supporting me and showing me some love. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, peace, guys.